is the first presidential debate in Cleveland, Ohio in August of 2015. First time Donald Trump had ever been on a stage debating anybody in his life. And the rules of the debate were no yes, no questions. That was the only rule that we actually had in the debate. And these were negotiated by Reince. They did a great job at the RNCs, you know. The first question of this debate was actually asked by Brett Baer. And he asked the question, he says, if you're not going to support the Republican nominee, please raise your hand. And Trump looked down to his left, and looked down to his right, a little half a smirk, and he raised his hand. And they said, no, Mr. Trump, you don't understand the question. If you're not going to support the nominee, because I'm not supporting these clowns. And everybody forgot about that, because this was Megyn. And this was Megyn Kelly trying to make a name for herself on the national stage, who, by the way, kissed our ass every single day in the debate trying to get an interview with Trump before this happened. So this is how disingenuous it was. And I was sitting in the hold room because I was with then-candidate Trump just before he went on. I was the last guy with him. And I said, sir, you ready? Yes, I've been ready for this for 70 years. Let's go. And he walked on that stage, and it was just so fortuitous.
And then we're going to play the rest of this because that's the what everybody remembers. But then he gets into a rap about political correctness, which again, nobody else ever talked about what political correctness was doing to the country. But he goes into that right now. Go ahead.
Your Twitter account.
Thank you.
For the record, it was well beyond rosy.
Yes, I'm sure it was.
Your Twitter account is disparaging women's looks. You once told a contestant on Celebrity Apprentice it would be a pretty picture to see her on her knees. Does that sound to you like the temperament of a man we should elect as president? And how will you answer the charge from Hillary Clinton, who is likely to be the Democratic nominee, that you are part of the war on women?
I think the big problem this country has is being politically correct. I've been challenged by so many people, and I don't frankly have time for total political correctness. And to be honest with you, this country doesn't have time either. This country is in big trouble. We don't win anymore. We lose to China. We lose to Mexico, both in trade and at the border. We lose to everybody. And frankly, what I say, and oftentimes it's fun, it's kidding, we have a good time, what I say is what I say. And honestly, Megyn, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me. But you know what? We need strength, we need energy, we need quickness, and we need brain in this country to turn it around. That I can tell you right now.
And then Corey, she did do a one-on-one with Trump, and it was one of the few ratings flops, right?
Well, she did. So I remember she spent weeks, and the late, great Roger Ailes called every day. He was the CEO of Fox News at the time. And he called every day saying, you know, Megyn isn't hiding in her home in New Jersey. She's sleeping in a closet. Your people are so visceral. They want to support the president. Please, will you do a one-on-one with Megyn Kelly? So she ends up coming over to Trump Tower, and we do an interview with Megyn on the 25th floor of the building, one floor below then Mr. Trump's office. And they took like 4 days to set this thing up. I was like, what are you talking about? And they had to script every single thing. And she was the most insensitive, egregious, rude person who ever walked through the doors at Trump Tower.
You sound like one of her staffers at NBC.